Hi guys, welcome back to GRIDDLE. Today we've got a nice little simple recipe. We are doing smash burgers. We're going to be using our Pit Boss griddle over there. Very straightforward recipe, nothing fucking hard work. All we're going to simply do, we're going to have 500 grams of mince. I like to get steak mince personally. In here we have got kosher salt, teaspoon. We've got a teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of paprika, ground black pepper and garlic powder. Then just chuck the whole lot in there. And we are going to mix it up. The only thing I would definitely advise is to use one of these gloves, because it does get a bit messy under the old fingernails. You know, there really ain't a lot to it. I do like to squish it up and get all those flavours in. That's it. Happy days. You can start to see a change in colour because that's where the paprika's got hold of it. But you could give any burger bar a run for your money with this simple little recipe. I'll tell you that much for nothing. My kids absolutely love it. Sometimes when all my kids' mates come over, this is what I cook them all up. It takes a bit of hard work, but hey-oh, it's all good fun. Keeps them happy. Makes you look like the best dad in the world and all. You know what I mean? Anyway, literally, just give it a mince. It's actually starting to take on that colour of that paprika now. Happy days. And that is literally about it. And then all you're going to do, you can measure them out. It's about, I think it works out about 1/3 of a cup as a standard measurement for a smash burger. But all I do is I just grab a ball somewhere around about the palm of my hand. It always makes me laugh when you think yourself you're holding some balls in your hand, you know what I mean? But don't go getting Sheffield United with you. Anyway, so that's what you're sort of looking at, that sort of size. Out of this, man, I should probably get, I don't know, 4 or 5 out of it. Roll them in. You've got to remember, we are going to smash them, so they're going to be flat, they're going to be thin, they're going to be the sort of size burgers. They're just a little bit bigger than something you get out of McDonald's, to be fair. I reckon we're going to get 1, 2, I reckon we'll get 4 or 5 out of here. I say, straightforward, it's not hard work. In there. And in there. And then in there. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with 4. And that's 500 grams. And yeah, I think that's going to give us 4. I think stick a bit more on that one and a bit more on that one. So we'll go to 4 on that. Like I say, it ain't rocket science, guys. We're just going to squeeze it all together, all the flavourings of that in there, and that is it. The only other bit of prep that I have done is obviously I've chopped up some onions, because you can't have burgers without onions. And the next thing that I'm going to do is a bit of bacon. Now, what I do with bacon is, there's only 4 of us eating, there's only 3 of us eating today, is I take 3 slices of thick bacon, see that big bacon like that, and then I cut it into strips. Now I know it sounds a bit strange, you can just chuck them on the griddle as is, but I'll tell you the reason why is I add a bit of maple syrup, which you can see on the side there. I mix it all up in a bowl, all right, in there, all right. And then instead of just using sheets of bacon, just piece of bacon, we can use strips. You mix this up with a bit of, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going to use all that bacon, because afterwards I'll use it for sandwiches anyway. Let's cut that up, lovely. So that out of the way. Nice. Can't beat a bit of bacon, boys and girls. Can't beat a bit of bacon. So we'll chuck that all in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just add a bit of maple syrup. I know it sounds a bit weird, but you've heard of maple bacon before, haven't you? So this is maple bacon, maple syrup over there, and then, simple as, just mix it up. So that's our 3 components. I know you're going to laugh at me, but I don't eat cheese. So normally somebody say, oh, chuck a bit of fucking cheese in there. Well, I don't like cheese, so I ain't going to eat it, am I? So there's no point in me putting it in there. And since I'm doing the cooking, I ain't having cheese. And that is literally it, guys. Look at that. Just soak all of that bacon up into that maple. So that's our 3 ingredients. You've got our meat, you've got our bacon, lovely bit of bacon there with the maple on it. We've got our onions, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 ingredients over to the griddle, and we're going to make ourselves some smash burgers. Sounds good to me. Right guys, today we're going to be doing our cooking on a Pit Boss griddle. I'm going to, for those who are not familiar with it, all it is a big hot plate. It's the sort of thing you'd find in a greasy spoon. Do you know what I mean? Where the gee's got the sausage and bacon and all that sort of stuff on them. Hot plate, gas underneath. Talking of greasy spoons, I'll tell you something. I remember this one time, I was working up in London and there was this fucking horrible greasy fucking spoon around the corner, but it was the closest to the job that we was on. So we all had to go there because the other place fucking miles away, weren't going. So anyway, I goes in there and the geez says, what would you want, mate? What do you want, mate? I says, do you know what? I says, I'll have a fucking runny snotty egg. I says, I'll have bacon so burnt, you see, you break your teeth on it. I says, I'll have a sausage that is literally just barely cooked and pink in the middle. I says, I'll have a bit of black pudding that is so strong because usually keep the door open. I says, and on top of that, so I'll have a couple of rounds of toast that are so cold, I need to put my fucking jacket on to eat them. The geezer looks at me and goes, I can't cook you a breakfast like that. I says, well, you fucking did yesterday, mate. Anyway, let's get ready to cook. The way I set this thing up is, okay, I have my 2 outside burners on the lowest settings, and I have the 3 burners in the middle on the just under the highest setting. I'm trying to get this middle up to about 450. Okay. Now I do have what is a wonderful piece of kit, is a thermo pen, and it's got an infrared, so I can fire it straight out there. And look at that. That is 451. So that is bang on, ready to start cooking. As the cook goes on, the whole thing will heat up. I do have a tendency to turn this left one off because then I use this just as, you know, as the stuff gets too hot, you can push to the sides. But this one's the area where we start dumping all the grease in this little hole over there. So guys, let's get ready to cook. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to chuck this bacon on. All right. We are going to literally stick that. And what I like to do is I like to make sure that I separate these in different areas. So I'm going to have my onions over here. I'm going to have my smash burgers in here, and then I'm going to put my bacon over here. The reason I'm going to put the bacon over this side is quite simple, right? The drainage hole's over here, and this stuff does get sticky, you know, because it's got all that maple syrup, all that lovely maple syrup on there. So it is going to make a little bit of a mess on your grill, all right? But at least it's close to where the hole is, so I can push the fucking scrape all that shit off, stick it all down that hole, job done, and saves me a whole lot of cleaning. So I like to get that bacon on first, and that is the sound that anyone that does barbecue loves to hear. The sizzle of the griddle. There we go, look at that. Fucking happy days that is. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And like I said to you, I'm going to put the onions over this side, alright? It leaves me the whole centre for, you guessed it, Una Smashers Burgers. Alright. Get this bacon nice and crispy. Oh, that looks lovely, that does. If you can smell this, oh, I bet my neighbours are thinking, fuck me, that geezer's cooking again. Jesus Christ almighty. Here we go. That's it. To say, I'm not going to lie to you, it is one of the easiest machines to use is on these griddles, because it really is, in real terms, just a great big fucking frying pan, isn't it? That's it. Now, you can even still some of this bacon fat, stick that in the middle there, look at that. That's where we're going to do our burgers. Give that a little bit of a squidge with a little bit of oil. These are lovely machines to use, literally lovely. Whoa. Do you know what I like about it as well? It's fast. It is literally very, very fast. So this is that bacon that's covered up in maple syrup. We've got onions over here. There we go. Oh, they smell fucking handsome, they do. And then we have got our smash burgers. Now once I'm comfortable, I feel that I feel comfortable enough to know that the bacon's cooked enough. I do like mine a little bit crispier. Alright, that's when I'm going to chuck these smash burgers. The smash burgers do not take long at all. Like I said to you before, you just got to make sure your middle is hot. Alright, your sides are cooler. Just so that you've got a little bit of leeway for working your stuff. Do you know what I mean? There we go. Happy days. Happy days. Oh, it smells fucking handsome, it does. It smells fucking handsome. I feel like one of those, you know, those Chinese chefs, you know, where they go, toot, 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 and they flip the fucking egg up in the air and pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? Alright. Whoa, we are getting there. Bacon. Looking good. Another little thing I do, it's up to you, like, do you know what I mean? Some people use street eat. I like thick cut bacon. I just feel, I don't know, I just feel like you get more, I don't know, I feel like you get more taste. It's personal preference, do what you fucking want really. But I'm just saying, personal preference, I like the thicker bacon. And having the bacon done with this little bit of maple syrup, it does make a difference. You do just get a little bit of sweetness coming through. Right, we are getting there, we are nearly getting there, guys. We are nearly getting there. Oh, that's fucking lovely. And you hear the sizzle. You cannot beat the sizzle. Do love a bit of sizzle. Happy days. Happy days. And as I say, we've got a hot area in here, we've got the cool areas to this side, so you see, it gives you time to play around with things, you know? It makes your life a lot easier. There we go. And there we go. Look at that. Bacon is just about nearly done. Wow. That is looking fucking handsome. I cannot deny. Oh, little burn there. And then really, once this is done, honestly guys, you're going to be shocked just how easy this game is. Seriously, just how easy this game is. Yep. That is it. A little hop. Little change of scenery for the bacon. That's it. And you know, it's like I said to you, you can see all this residue here. Okay, it's going to be a lot easier. Scrape off, stick in that hole. I think that we are just about done. Let's try a bit of that bacon. Let's try a little bit. Oh, fucking nice hot. Oh shit, that is hot. Oh, no, very good. Very good. Oh, that is ready. Onions. Are you ready? Right. I'm going to say that we are ready, as Holt would say, smash. We are just getting ready to smash these burgers. All right, let's do this. Okay. Just so we don't want no stickage, just a little bit of oil. I'm going to just do 2 today. Just do 2 at a time. Don't want to overdo it. All right. So we're going to take our two burgers. We're literally going to put them in there, give them a little swizzle around like that in the oil. Bring this one over here, a little swizzle like that. And then a must, guys, and I can't repeat myself on that, a must is to have a little bit of grease proof. Okie dokie. Straight on the top, over the top, give it a little work round. Oh. And then you select how thick or how thin you want that to be. For me, that's about right. All right. Then the second one, you can see where they get their name smashed from, can't you? Oh. And that is it. Smashers are burgers. All right. Today, we're going to use a brioche seeded bun. Beautiful bit of kit. Remember, stay on top of everything you're doing. I think the key to this sort of fucking cooking is just keep moving everything around. You know what I mean? Just keep it all moving. Now, for those smash burgers, I reckon, I don't know, a couple of minutes each side. All you're trying to do is get that caramelisation under there. It ain't there yet, that's for sure. All right, it's definitely not there yet. Have a little peek. Ooh. Have a little peek. Ooh. Oh, it's nearly there though. That's moving fast, baby. That is moving fast. All right. Have a little look under there. Oh, look at that. And, oh, look at that. That is fucking perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our buns, we're going to stick them on there. Stick them on there. I mean, maybe a little bit of bacon fat, I know. A bit of bacon fat, a bit of maple. Oh, that sounds lovely, that does. Can you hear the sizzle? So So you can see, when you've got a few people over, I wouldn't do any more than 4 when you're smashing. That's the only thing. Do you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, there's a lot to keep going. You know, 4 people, only give them 1 each. Don't be letting go fucking greedy. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this is just getting ready. We are literally just about there. I'm going to do a double here. Alright. Onions. Oh, they smell fucking ants, honestly. I swear to God, guys. How's this looking? A little flick over there. And flip it back. Flip it over. No, not quite there yet. Do it a little flip back. There we go. A little change of position, eh? Bit of different heat. How's that bun doing? Oh, that bun is just about there. We are just about there. Okay. Now, how I make up my burgers? Very simple. Heinz. Don't fuck about with any cheap shit. Do you know what I mean? Mayonnaise in the bottom. Little squidge like that. Ketchup. Heinz. On the top. Job done. Did I say Heinz? I meant Hellmann's. I'll get myself fucking shot, mate. Hellmann's. Okie dokie. Them buns are just about ready. These burgers are just about ready. Alright, let's get them on. Now, the way we're going to do this, we're going to take one burger, we are going to pop that on there. We are going to put ourselves some of this bacon in the middle on there too. Don't worry about a little bit of spillages, boys. Don't worry about a little bit of spillages. Then we're going to take ourselves some onions. Watch your pinkies, it's a bit warm. Them on top of there, that on top of there, that on top of there. And we take this other burger, we pop that straight on top of there. We take the bun, we put that bun straight on top of there. And then we're going to pick up this whole fucking thing. I mean, that's hot. Like that. Without spilling it, obviously. Pop that on the plate. Stick that over there. And, you guessed it, we are ready to take a bite of one big old smash burger. Whew, that's hot. Oh. Oh. I'm telling you now, that is fucking handsome. I can taste all the paprika, I can taste the onion powder, the garlic. I've got the maple syrup coming off the bacon, lovely crispy onions. I'm telling you now, you serve that out to anyone, they ain't going to be upset. Oh, just one other thing. Don't forget to push all the fucking buttons. Alright.